Today, we're diving into some important updates coming to retirement plans in 2025. So whether you're just starting out or you're a few decades into your savings, these changes could impact how you save for the future. Now make sure you stick around to the end because there is one change that's coming up that's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Now let's dig into it. First up, let's talk about workplace retirement plans like 401ks, 403bs, 457s, and TSPs. I know that's a lot of numbers and alphabet soup, but those are the traditional retirement plans that are offered at major employers. Now in 2024, the maximum they can contribute is $23,000. Come 2025, that's increasing by $500 to $23,500. Now it might not seem like a huge jump, but every little bit helps when it comes to growing your savings. And if you're over 50 years old, the catch-up contribution limit stays the same at $7,500 for 2025. This brings your total potential contribution to $31,000. And this applies to both pre-tax traditional accounts and Roth 401ks. And if your employer offers matching or profit sharing, the combined contribution limit with your employer increases from $69,000 in 2024 to $79,000 in 2025. For those over 50, that combined limit, including catch-ups, will be $77,500. That means depending on how much your company contributes, the amount of your mega backdoor Roth has increased. And if you don't know what a mega backdoor Roth is or have questions about whether or not you should be participating in one, make sure you check out the video that I'm going to link right here because I'm going to break it all down for you. Now, every year there are some changes that are amazing and some that make you scratch your head as to why they exist in the first place. And this next change is one that fits both of those categories. Starting in 2025, if you're between the ages of 60 and 63, you get to contribute even more to your retirement accounts, which is amazing. Thanks to the Secure 2.0 Act, you actually get to make what's called a super catch-up contribution. So for 401ks and 403bs, that means an additional $11,250 in 2025. It's a solid way to boost your savings as you get close to retirement, but why they limit it to just those ages is like wondering why there's a silent K in the word knife. I just don't get it. In the new year, there's a lot of good news for part-time workers as well. Starting in 2025, you're going to be able to join your company's 401k or 403b plan more quickly. Right now, you need to work at least 1,000 hours in a year or 500 hours over a 3 consecutive year period to be eligible. In 2025, that 3-year requirement drops to 2 years, so you can start saving for retirement sooner. Now, another big change that's starting in 2025 for all new 401k and 403b plans that are established after December 29th, 2022 is that they must automatically enroll eligible employees unless they opt out. So instead of having to sign yourself up, you'll automatically be enrolled at a contribution rate of at least 3%, and it also increases by 1% each year until it reaches at least 10%, but not more than 15%. Now don't worry, you still have control. You can change your contribution rate or opt out entirely if you prefer. But automatic enrollment makes it easier to start saving without having to think about it. When we think about one of the reasons many people don't feel like they're on track to their retirement, it's usually because they started saving for retirement way too late. This little change will hopefully help with that problem. Now for my self-employed folks out there, the solo 401k is also seeing some changes. In 2025, you can contribute up to $23,500 as an employee, and on the employer side, you can add up to 25% of your compensation. Total contributions can be up to $70,000 if you're under 50 and $77,500 if you're over 50. And with that new super catch-up, if you're between those 60 and 63 ages, your total limit could be up to $81,250. All right, let's take a break from workplace retirement plans for a second and let's switch gears to IRAs. If you've got earned income, you're eligible to contribute to a traditional or Roth IRA. But there are income limits for Roth IRAs. The contribution limits are not changing in 2025. They're staying at $7,000 or $8,000 if you're 50 years old because of that $1,000 catch-up. But the good news is the income thresholds for Roth IRA eligibility are increasing. For single filers, the modified adjusted gross income limit goes from $161,000 in 2024 to $165,000 in 2025. For married couples filing jointly, it rises from $240,000 to $246,000. That means more people will qualify to contribute to a Roth IRA. Now for business owners and self-employed individuals, the SEP IRA is getting a bump too. In 2024, the contribution limit is the lesser of 25% of your compensation or $69,000. In 2025, that's increasing to $70,000. Now remember, only employers can contribute to SEP IRAs. Employees can't add their own funds, and there is no catch-up contributions with SEP IRAs. Now, one of the biggest changes that's happening is to inherited IRAs. So if you inherit an IRA, listen up. And we've done many videos on this that we're going to link to right here that goes through all the rules. Starting in 2025, penalties will take effect if you don't take required minimum distributions or RMDs. Now, previously, heirs could stretch IRAs over the course of their lifetime, but now for certain accounts that are inherited since 2020, you have to empty the account within a 10-year period of the original owner's death. Now, the IRS has been very lenient from 2021 through 2024, but starting in 2025, if you miss an RMD, there's a 25% penalty. Now, if you correct the mistake within 2 years, that penalty drops from 25% to 10%. So just make sure you're on top of those distributions to avoid unnecessary fees. Now let's talk about health plans, starting with what I believe is the most underutilized account for retirement planning and the most powerful account that you can have, which is the HSA or the health savings account. If you have an HSA, the contribution limits are going up for 2025. For individuals, the limit increases from $4,150 in 2024 to $4,300 in 2025. And for family plans, it goes from $8,300 to $8,550. And if you're over 55, you can still add the additional $1,000 catch-up contribution. The HSA is the only triple tax advantage account. Your contributions are tax deductible and earnings aren't taxed at all. And if you take the money out and you use it for qualified medical expenses, there's no taxes on the withdrawals. The only catch is that you have to be on a high deductible healthcare plan to contribute. Now, for those that are not on a high deductible plan and can't utilize an HSA, maybe you have a flex spending account or an FSA. The good news, FSAs are also seeing an increase. In 2024, you can contribute up to $3,200, and that's increasing to $3,300 in 2025. Now remember, FSAs come with the use it or lose it rule, so you typically have to spend the funds by the end of the year or you lose out on them. Now, those are the major changes that are coming in 2025. But before we wrap up here, there are a few more changes that I just want to make sure they are on your radar. So starting in 2025, employers can now offer an emergency savings account that's linked to your retirement plan. These accounts allow you to set money aside for unexpected expenses, which can help you avoid dipping into your retirement savings. Now, if for some reason there is an emergency and you can't avoid dipping into your retirement account, you're in luck. The Secure 2.0 Act also introduced penalty-free withdrawals of up to $1,000 from retirement accounts for emergency expenses. Now, you have to repay the distribution within 3 years, and you can't take another emergency withdrawal during that period unless it's repaid. But at least this way, you're avoiding any penalties for early withdrawal. Now, if you have student loans that you're working to pay off, then this one you might just like. So starting in the new year, employers will be able to make matching contributions to your retirement plan based on your student loan payments. So if you're focusing on paying student loans off and can't contribute much to your 401k, don't worry, your employer can still help you save for retirement. Now, one of the under the radar changes that is coming that I think will catch a lot of people off guard has to do with catch-up contributions. For those individuals that are earning over $145,000, catch-up contributions of 401k plans will need to be made as Roth contributions starting in 2025. Now, that means that you're going to pay taxes on that money now, but withdrawals are going to be qualified and they're going to be tax-free later on. But this is going to be a big change that a lot of retirees that are in their 50s and early 60s are going to have to face if they've been contributing and making that catch-up contribution for a number of years. It might catch you off guard with an unexpected tax bill. So there you have it. Those are the key changes that are coming to retirement plans in 2025. It's important to stay up to date with what's going on in the retirement planning space so that you're making the best decisions for your financial future. And if you need any help or have any questions, make sure you use the link in the description below, because a member of our team will be happy to put together a customized plan for you and your family and your future. Until next time, I'm Johnathan Rankin, and I thank you for watching.